Hey everybody, it's Patty again. I have another share for you. I've been seeing everybody do these gorgeous flowers here on YouTube, and everybody's calling them Vicky flowers, and I don't know why. Maybe it's some girl here on YouTube, but I don't know if they're for sale or if somebody named Vicky created these or first started it, but anyway, I thought they were gorgeous. So what I did was a couple weeks ago, about a week or so ago, Michael's had all their spring and summer flowers on sale for like 60% off. And so I went there and I was able to purchase these, I call these bushes, but so I got these bushes with all kinds of flowers on them. And this in particular is the one I used. It was off another bush that I bought, but I think these, you know, they ended up being very, very reasonable. So I took all of those big pink flowers off and just tore them all apart. And that's how I started out. And I think those are a little brighter than the ones that I've used for this particular flower. And so what I did was I started with just 2 layers of that flower that I took apart, and then I cut little squares of tulle. And I don't know if you can see the tulle behind this, maybe that will help. I just cut squares, and then I folded them and kind of made them into triangles, and then I cut through the center of the triangle, and then I layered those all around that particular layer of the 2-petal flower. Then I took another 2 petals and I used my glue gun to do that with, and then adhered those 2 petals to that layer. And then I took some of this lace that I have, and this came from Miranda. I had ordered some of her really cool hangers that she was making with my names of all my grandchildren, and she sent me this as a gift. And so I used this, and what I did was I just folded this kind of over like this all the way around that flower petal, and just kept gathering it all the way around that next layer of petals. Okay, so it's stuck out the sides, and you can see what it looks like here. Every so often there's just a little ruffly thing. Then the next 2 petals were layered on top of that and glued down. And then I used this cream color, and this is a vintage lace I got at one of my resale shops here. It's actually an antique shop that has several booths in it from different vendors. So I found this, was lucky enough to find this vintage lace, and so that's what I used on the next layer. And then to top it off with the smallest petals that were in the flower, I used one of these Recollections bling centers, and I got that for, oh, I'm sorry, this isn't Recollections, this came from Hobby Lobby. It's from the Paper Studio, and it's spare parts. I got these on sale, I believe, a couple months ago, but they're really pretty. So if you get a chance, you should look at those. They're really pretty, and they're shiny and gorgeous. So I think I got those for like half price, and they're normally $3.99, so that was a pretty good deal. So anyway, I made 3 of these, and they're all just alike, and they're really pretty and full and gorgeous. And I think these would be pretty on those headbands. I think they'd be pretty for scrapbooking, really whatever you want to use them for. So I made 3 of those, and I got a lot more to do. On that same bush, these were like an accompaniment flower, and so I tore them apart, and I did basically the same thing. I did a smaller triangle of the pink tulle and just layered a couple petals, and then I just put 1 piece of the lace from Miranda, and I made that into like a little fluted shape and glued that together, and then just layered that behind those petals. And then I took a piece of the spare parts again, and it was from this pack, and I got those on clearance, or not clearance, but they were on half price as well. on that sale, and they were normally $3.99, and I think you usually get 12 of these in a pack, so that was very reasonable if you take half of that. And I just put they're brads, you just put the brad through there and glue it on, and then on the back I just punched with my Martha Stewart scallop edge circle punch, and added that to the back of it to use for scrapbooking. So this one I put a pearl in, and it looks real pretty with the pearl one as well. So those are very pretty. They're easy to make. They go pretty quick. So if you haven't tried that, you should try it. And then I have another share, if I can hurry up and get this in. I was making some cards, and these are from the Michael's Dollar Bin cards that you get. And I think it was the same. No, these aren't Dollar Bin, I'm sorry. These were on sale 3 for $10, I believe, a couple of weeks ago. And these are the just the plain Craft Recollections envelopes and card sets, and there's 25 in a set, and you could get 3 sets for $10. So that's what I did. And I'm just making up some cards for a bazaar that I'm going to do, a craft fair that I'm going to do in November, trying to get a head start. I don't know if how much I'll get done, because with working it's really hard. But anyway, this is just layered, and I did buy a new paper line. I think it's new to me anyway. Let me see if I can find that to tell you what the name of that one is. Has some really pretty paper in it. It's, again, a die cuts with a view. It's called the Butterfly Garden Stack, and maybe you've seen it. I hadn't seen it before. Anyway, that's where all these layered papers came from, was the Butterfly Garden Stack by Die Cuts with a View. And I don't want to run out of time. This came from a clearance sale at Michael's, and this was leftover Valentine's stuff, so I picked them up for nothing. And then I just layered all my layers here on a doily, and hello there. And then all the insides are blank, of course. So that's one. And then here's the next one. And I used the pretty heart doilies I won in Lydia's giveaway. Thank you, Lydia. I'm using some of the things you gave me, so it's been a real fun box to go through. And there again, this is the same paper line, and then this is just a grosgrain ribbon that I've tied around. All of these are plain on the inside. This says just because. So this will just be a set. I'll sell it as a set. All the little layers came from the Valentine pack I got at Michael's, and like I said, I got a really good deal. So these are just layered with little doilies in the paper line on the craft cardstock. Here's the next one, and there's where I've used one of those flowers I just created. Just simple techniques, but I think they turned out really pretty. This says for you, and this is what those look like. The Valentine tag was just on this plain cardstock here, and it had a different twine in it or something, and I took that out and just used this real pretty pink ribbon on it. So that would be a whole set that I would sell as one set, and they're just like, you know, little note cards to have around. So that's my share, and thanks for watching, and hope to hear from you soon. I love positive comments, and give me thumbs up if you like this video. Thanks. Any questions, let me know. Bye-bye.